taking control over your financial. I just wanted to say that to you guys, and thank the person who invited you on here, because that means that they think the world of you. Okay. I just want to see some energy. Okay. So drop some M's in the chat. If you plan on being the next millionaire in your family, please drop some M's in the chat. I need to see the next millionaires in here. I see some M's. We got a lot of millionaires in this chat. Yes, we're walking into prosperity. We're walking into 2022 in a whole entire new tax bracket. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your financial future. And what we're about to share tonight is completely life-changing. It's changed my TurboTax Live. My life. It's changed so much. I just want to introduce myself to you guys, right? So that we're not strangers. My name is Kyra Jordan. I got started, with this amazing platform a little over a year ago, guys. My credit was horrible. I found myself in a very low place. I see this chat is still blown up. We got a lot of millionaires in here. I'm so excited. Just to tell you who I am, right? My credit was horrible. I wasn't taught financial literacy in school. I wasn't taught financial literacy at home. So I had no clue what to do with my credit. What do you know when you don't know what to do? You mess it up. You put things in your name. That was me. Putting light bills in my name, never paying it. My credit was horrible. So guys, I was tired of living like that, right? I believe that, if we're children of the Most High, we should be able to live in prosperity, right? And I was just tired of being at the bottom, guys. I was at my wits' end. So I woke up one morning and I said to myself, today is the day, guys. I remember just to share a little bit of my experiences sitting in the car dealership. And I love telling this story because this is how bad credit leaves you. Sitting in the car dealership, right? And I'm sitting in there just hoping and praying that man will come out and tell me I'm going to get the car. I sat in there from sun up to sun down, guys. And I wasn't able to get approved for the car. You know how they come in there with that sad face on their face. And the words he said to me were, "Do you have a cosigner?" Of course I don't. So I was just so tired of living like this. And I woke up one day and I decided that this was going to change. I was no longer going to walk into a car dealership and be denied. So I woke up and I decided to go on Instagram. That's how I found this opportunity. I was on Instagram and I got lucky, guys. I found my business partner on Instagram. I talked to so many different people, but for some reason I knew that he was the one that I needed to speak to. So we spoke. He shared the opportunity with me. I was like a lot of you guys. I was only coming on here and I was going to get my credit fixed. I had no idea that very day was going to change my whole entire life, guys. I had no idea that I was going to start a business. But since then, just to give you a little brief on my life, I was able to go into the car dealership, not the same car, a dealership. I was able to go back into the car dealership, go get the car that I want. My credit went from being, 452, guys, all the way over 700. You can clap because that is a testimony. And I'm just super, super grateful because I know that if it wasn't for platforms like this, teaching financial literacy, that I wouldn't have had that opportunity. So I'm excited tonight because I get to share that with each and every one of you guys. So I'm going to get a little bit into, exactly what it is we have to offer really quick. And then I'm going to get out of your way. Okay, so let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right. So the name of our platform is actually United Wealth Education Services, guys. The reason why I love this platform is because we were actually founded in 2004, guys. We're almost 20 years old. We are completely debt-free, so we actually preach what we teach. We don't owe anyone, and we've had the same key executives since the beginning. So I'm going to share a little bit a facts with you. As I said, we were not taught financial literacy in school. And Robert Kiyosaki simply says that it takes a long time to change this kind of thinking to become financially free. But thank God that we know it is possible. Now, these facts are, simply saying that Americans are drowning in a total of 1.57 trillion in credit card debt. And this is as of March 2019. Now, as we know, we just went through a horrific pandemic. This number has simply doubled. And I know a lot of you guys probably had to use those credit cards. I've used a couple. So 43 million Americans, guys, this is from MSN.com. 43 million Americans have a credit score of 599 or less. So how many Americans are not being able to go get a car? They're not being able to go get a house, right? Because of this poor credit. So what does that leave you feeling like? I just told you guys, I was sitting in that car dealership, guys. I was embarrassed. I was anxious. I couldn't get approved for anything, right? I wanted to go as a woman and go pick out the car that I want and drive off the lot. I couldn't do that. I was frustrated because I knew I couldn't depend on anyone, but the good thing is when you increase your score and get your finances together, it leaves you being able to go get the car that you want and drive off of the lot. It leaves you being able to go get the new house that you want, right? Higher limits on credit cards, higher limits and contracts without security deposits. So I'm about to make you into a credit expert. If you guys don't know how your credit is calculated, please take a screenshot of this because it's very important. A lot of people have no clue how to use a credit card, okay? So 35% is actually the payment history. That's on-time payments versus, delinquencies. 30% is the capacity and the amounts owed, right? The percentage of credit that is available to you. 15% is the length of credit. So how long have you had credit? It's very important, right? Somebody with a 650 can get approved faster for someone with a 700 because they have such a long credit history. So it's important to know these things. And then the new credit increase. You don't want to go out there and have people pulling your credit, guys. I went to the car dealership when I was younger. They pulled my credit about 20 times. So you don't want that. This is something that you just simply don't want. So if you don't know how it's calculated, please take a screenshot. In business, right? Congress passed a law and it's called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It was passed by Congress, simply to prevent credit bureaus from intruding into your information. So the credit bureaus are not the government, okay? And they passed this law. It simply means if you don't agree with these things on your credit report, doesn't matter what it is, repossession, bankruptcies, you have that legal right to get those negative items taken off. So I want you to take a look at this life-changing testimonials. This is me going, sitting in front of my car, standing in front of my car. I was able to go get that, Jeep that I wanted. Simply amazing. This is my testimony that I'm sharing, right? My score, so that you can see, was a 452. I don't even think you can get a library card with a 452. My score increased all the way over 700. So this is just simply amazing. We're breaking generational curses. This is my client over here. Only one round of letters, and she got over 10 removals. So I just want you guys to see, how amazing our services are. And as I'm speaking about our services, we don't just focus on credit repair. A lot of companies, they only focus on the credit piece and they leave you like, what do I do next? So we have amazing services that we offer, like budgeting, right? You can have a good credit score, but that same credit score will humble you if you don't understand how to maintain it, how to maintain your finances, how to budget. I just went over how it's calculated. So that credit score can drop tremendously if you're not making on-time payments. Very important. We help you with budgeting. Another one that I love is we have a will and trust to protect our families, right? We want to make sure that your finances are protected. Okay. So we also give this to all of our clients. It is called Shop for Less. Who doesn't love to shop? You get all of these perks just by being a protection plan member. This is another one that I love. It's the travel club. You know, we have the privilege to travel a lot in this business, and we get so many different perks. And guess what? By you being a protection plan member with us, you're able to get the benefit of the travel club. So congratulations, go out and get you a trip, okay? So this is how we take care of everything, right? When you sign up, you will have access to the app on your phone. You're able to just, you know, take a look, go through the process right off of your phone. So this is just the roadmap, just letting you know that we take you from step 1 all the way to 12 months, if that's how long you are on with us. It just depends per situation. So another reason why I absolutely love this platform is because we give back. It is just so important to be giving back and pouring into the youth. So each protection plan membership, actually a portion of that is going back into our YFL scholarships. So we've already given over $1 million in scholarship. It is just simply amazing. We're teaching the youth on the importance of financial literacy so that they won't end up in situations like a lot of us. So I'm about to blow your mind. I mean, I know you're probably thinking these services have to be about $500, right? But no, you know, we don't believe in overcharging our clients. So we're word of mouth based, and we want to have the best prices that you've ever seen, guys. So it's just $188. $188 one-time setup fee is the $99. There's no contracts. You're not locked into anything. You do have a monthly subscription of $89, but that's, you know, however long you want and need these services. You're able to cancel at any time, you know, and our prices even get lower as you go on with your services. So it even gets better, guys. You know, we're so generous. We said to you, if you refer 5 people to our services, because we're word of mouth, this is how we get a lot of our business. All you have to do is refer over 5. That power of 5 will get you your next month of services for free. And I don't know anyone who doesn't like free. If you want a free month of services, please type free in the chat. All right, guys. So that is my time. I'm actually going to bring on free. I see somebody in the chat. Absolutely. So I'm actually going to bring on Kendra. Kendra, did you make it on the line okay?
I did. I'm here. Thank you, Kyra.
Awesome. Kendra is just simply amazing. And I wanted to just bring her on so she can just share with a lot of you guys, you know, her vision with this platform and what she's looking forward to do in the lives and change so many lives. So Kendra, I'll let you speak and I'll let you tell all of that.
Thank you so much, Kyra. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, speaking about this amazing business. And what I do currently, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a host of Survivor's Jewels, where we tell the stories of real people and real situations. And I'm also the executive director for New Jersey Tri-State Urban Not Average, where we help the youth and the community as a whole. So I'm so excited for this pairing because I'm able to bring this organization together with New Jersey Tri-State Urban Not Average to bring financial literacy classes and courses not only to the children, but to their families. So there's so much of a reach and so much of an impact with coming on board and being a part of this network. And I'm so excited, Kyra. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Now I'm actually going to bring on, did you make it on the line okay? He's actually a regional vice president. I mean, amazing. Regional vice president, was able to knock that out in under a year. And his business is doing $500,000. I mean, it's just amazing to see Black successful men win. So I want to introduce you, Darryl. Did you make it on the line okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely want to give it back over to Miss Kyra and Kendra as well. Been two phenomenal young ladies that I've been just blessed to be in partnership with. You guys, a little bit about myself. Prior before starting this platform, I had no financial literacy about credit repair, the financial industry, anything of that nature. To be transparent, I was a nightclub promoter on Las Vegas Boulevard. I did that close to 5 years. I really enjoyed it, met people from around the world, had a very fun time. Made decent income, but all of that came crashing down in 2020. We all know that COVID came, right? Shut the clubs down, shut the strip down, shut my money down, right? My options was limited, no college education, anything of that nature. And, long story short, I was blessed enough to come across this platform on social media, guys. Started off just looking to get my credit scores increased. I had a 505 score, learned that I could actually empower people and help my community, to get control over their finances as well. And, long story short, within 4 months, my credit scores went from 505 to 742. Within 10 months, I became what you call a vice president with this platform, and it literally changed my life. And I've met such a positive group of people from around the world. So I'm truly blessed and thankful to even be in conjunction of this platform. Next up, I got a gentleman on the line, guys, and it's a blessing for him to even be on this call. He's one of the most prominent young Black leaders of our time, of this generation. Literally broke generational curses for thousands of people across this great nation, has a heart of gold, just truly a servant leader. His business is doing well over $10 million every 30 days. So Mr. Alfred Nickson, did you make it on the call, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Callum, I am here, and I'm just super excited to really be able to share some wealth. I like to call wealth acquisition is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. And, before I do so, I certainly want to give it back to you. I mean, Mr. Callum was extremely humble. You heard earlier from Kyra, this gentleman business does $250,000 plus every 30 days. Now, I wasn't the smartest person growing up, but I know if you times that by 12, you're talking about a $3 million revenue business. And you heard this gentleman's story. One of the things that really, stood out for me, yeah, he had an incredible work ethic. Yeah, he's making a ton of money. But what really stood out to me was the heart he had to serve his team and how many people was winning under his leadership. And so certainly want to give it back to Mr. Cullum. Huge congratulations on that new promotion of regional vice president, man. Doing some incredible things as one of the 6-figure earners with the platform. And a special shout out to Miss Kyra Jordan. I mean, she crushed that. Put a 3 in the chat if you got value from all of the services and the benefits that Miss Jordan went over. I mean, when you talk about credit, when you talk about wills, when you talk about trust, like these things resonate with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if anybody here can relate to me, but I grew up in a very low impoverished environment. I grew up in a 2-bedroom apartment with 14 people. Here's what I want to let you know. Nobody really taught us about financial literacy. See, in my neighborhood, when a loved one passed away, we had to do a GoFundMe account. Put a 7 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, right? And so when I took a look at this program, it was a sense of purpose for me. Not only did I need the services, everybody in my community needed the financial literacy. Everybody in my community, when a loved one passed away, guess what we had to do? We had to figure it out because people didn't have a will or a trust. And so it was my mindset and my heart, like, I got to go educate my people, man. I got to go put them on point with these things that they just shared with me. I got the juice. I got to give it to them. And so I got started with this platform, not just as a customer. I became an ambassador. I started building this business. Now, again, I don't know if anybody on here can relate to me, but ladies and gentlemen, this was me just a few years ago. So if this gentleman that you see on the screen here can follow a system, get into business, and go from welfare to millionaire, anything can happen for you. This business allowed me to retire my parents when I was 25 years old, retired. I was able to go out there and give to many charities, and I'm one of the end-time investors in our ministry. Me and my wife, I mean, we've been able to do some incredible things through this platform. We've earned 8 figures. My wife's a 7-figure earner through what I'm about to share with you. I've earned 8 figures here with the platform. We've done some incredible things, but here's what we're most proud of. We've mentored over 200 people to earning 6 and 7 figures for what I'm about to share with you here tonight. So I don't know what your background is. Some of you on this call, you already do well. So my mentor told me, he said, Alfred, if you want freedom, you got to have time and money together. See, some of y'all do well, but you may not have no time. And some of y'all got all the time in the world, but you may be looking for that financial level to get to the next level. And this is what we're going to share with you tonight. And so I want you to really grasp what I'm going to share with you. I like to call it wealth acquisition. And so the way how you can actually generate wealth by offering these services that Kyra talked about starts with this. It's called United Wealth Education. That's the business model platform. What have I told you? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a business owner or you know a business owner. How many business owners that we got in the chat? How many people in here know business owners? And I always sit down with them and I always talk with business owners. I always ask them, how much did it cost to start your business? See, I never thought to be a business owner growing up. In my neighborhood, you either played sports or you did things you had really no business doing. We never really thought about business ownership because we didn't have the money to start businesses, right? People start business 10 grand, some of them 100. That, like, depending on what business you start, it can result to those type of funds. Why am I bringing this up? What if I told you you could start a business here for $300? Are you kidding me? $300 to start this business model that I'm about to share with you. Our iPhones, your Android costs more than what it costs to start this business. So $299 is the investment. $89 a month for your overhead. Yes, you're gonna get all of those benefits that Kyra talked about, because when you invest that $299, not only are you going to get those benefits, but now you're able to share these services and generate massive commissions that I'm going to talk about here shortly. Now, you heard me mention the $89 a month, but guess what? Put a 5 in the chat if you know at least 5 people that wouldn't mind improving their score by 50 to 100 points. I think we all know people like that. I mean, even if you got a 700 score, who don't want a 750? You refer 5 people, that $89 fee I talked about, that gets waived. See, I got that waived within like my first week in the business. I got a handful of business partners in, some family members. I got my 5 people ASAP. But that led me to the next question. Listen, Darryl, if I come in, hey, Kyrie, if I come in, Kendra, if I get started with this business, many of us put a 1 in the chat if you're busy. I have no time. The business sounds great, but I didn't have any time, so I had a few questions to make sure. Am I the one that's actually fixing people's credit? Do I got to get licensed to do this? Because I really have no time. Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is no. See, I love this business model because that investment, when you invest that $299, you get a whole machine behind you. They're going to give you customer service support. You're going to get a call center. You're going to get an underwriting team. All we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get your own personalized system and website. All you're doing is referring to customers that Kyra talked about. The company fixed their credit. You get paid. You get paid every single week, direct deposit. That was huge for me. On top of that, follow me on the screen. I talked this series. I talked about life insurance. Talk about GoFundMe accounts. Well, when you come in at $299, the company's going to give you up to $100,000 in life insurance with no medical exam. Somebody put a 5 in the chat if you've seen value with that. Like, I know people who can't even get approved for life insurance because of medical reasons. They're going to give you $100,000 just for getting involved. I mean, that in itself is worth the $299 investment. And so then I started to ask, okay, $299, you told me I'm gonna get my credit fixed. I can refer some people, I can make some money. I'm not the one fixing their credit. I can build this business, 2 hours a day on top of what I'm already doing. Now I got another, a few other questions. How do I get paid? What does the money look like? Is this worth my time? And so you get paid 6 different ways, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna share with you the first way, referring customers. Every person you bring in on this membership, we're going to teach you how to do it. So if you're busy, you don't like talking to people, like, we got you. We're going to show you how to do it. And every person you bring in as a customer on those services that Kyra talked about at $188, you're going to make $100. See, we got people on our team right now. They in real estate. Put a 3 in the chat if you in real estate or you know somebody in real estate. Put a 3 in the chat if you do taxes or you know somebody that do taxes. Put a 3 in the chat if you know somebody that sell cars. See, guess what they deal with? People who need credit. We trying to help people get to that closing table. So if you're in real estate, we got people on our team right now, they're referring 10 people a week. You do that math, 10 times 100, that's $1,000 a week, part-time. What would an extra $52,000 a year do in your household? We got people that's a little bit more aggressive. They're referring 20 customers a week. That's $2,000 a week. We even have people that's taking it serious. They going to nonprofits. They pulling up at car dealerships. They're referring 30 customers a week. That's $3,000 a week. You also get $12 every time that person pays that membership. This is just the very first way we get paid. Second way we get paid is you can build a team. You can do calls like this, where you can invite people to this environment where people like myself and the leadership team here can explain the information, and your people can decide to get in as a customer or join the business. Every time you bring somebody in this business, based on whatever rank you at, and obviously the way that you're going to move up, as you get your customers, as you build your team, you're going to get promoted, they're going to get pay raises. You're going to get paid anywhere from $100 to $560 every time you bring somebody in this business. And so I was writing notes because this business had really got my heart from the beginning of the services. I already knew that my community, this was something that I was passionate about. It was about purpose more so than money, but I had to make sure it made sense. And so when I seen this, I asked my mentor, I said, well, if I'm able to put 2 to 3 hours a day into this, because I'm going to do it. Like what position do I need where I can start making like some pretty good money? And if you out there in the audience and you looking for something, look at this and write this down. It's called sales director. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to build this business and you serious about making a decision, we have to get you to the sales director position like yesterday. What is it going to take? It's basically simple. 20 to 25 people on your team. I can give you another example. Bring in 5 leaders and help those 5 leaders get their first 5 people. We call it 5 that get 5. That's going to put you in the position as sales director. Now you're making $380 a person. Imagine you bring in 10 people at $380 a person. That's $3,800 in a week. You're still making $100 when you bring in a customer. This is just when you build a team. And these bonuses can go as high as $560. Well, watch this. That's just the first 2 ways. See, we call this upfront building money. I'm going to show you the back end money, or what I like to call it, legacy income. And our company called it the infinity bonus. See, as you grow an organization, I want you to look at this as if that $299, as if you bought a McDonald's franchise, right? That's your investment, right? Except for it's not going to cost you $1 million like a McDonald's. $299, you bought your financial firm franchise under this umbrella. And so what the company's going to do, as you start to build a team and a customer base, as you start to get promoted, the company every month, based on the revenue production that you do, they're going to give you a percentage of all of the revenue you and your team do. Now, here's what I want to encourage you to do if you're out there taking notes. If you have a spouse, that should be your first business partner. See, I brought my wife in and we started building this together, 2 incomes in 1 household. She started joining just to support me, didn't really have any interest in doing the business. But when she learned this thing and she seen the impact that it was happening, we started building together. She became a senior vice president. That's $1 million a month in production. She gets 2.25% of that. That's $22,500 a month. One of my best friends worked at a call center for 10 years. He started getting involved when he seen my success. Now he's getting 2.5% of 2.5 million. That's $62,500 a month. These bonuses can pay you as high as $300,000 a month. We're talking about a $300 investment and putting some sweat equity and making impact and change and educating our community. Like, this was a no-brainer for me. See, they said, Alfred, that's just the tip of the iceberg. See, this is why I love this business, because it's all about helping people. You can't even advance or get promoted if you ain't helping people. See, I just love helping people. Getting paid money, that's just a bonus. And so they said, Alfred, if you start helping enough people, we're going to put you in an exclusive club called the R&R Club. That stands for rest, relaxation, and retirement. I said, well, what does it take to get in that club? Alfred, all you got to do is help your team get promoted and make money and bring in customers and build a team. And so we started working on that, focusing on our team, helping them hit their income goals, educating the community, helping people improve their credit, get in the home, get in the car. Before you know it, boom, we in this R&R club. Now imagine if the company giving you $1,500 a month towards your car payment. You can get that here. What if I told you the company, once you start going through this R&R club, you're gonna get $5,000 a month towards your rent or your mortgage. Imagine $5,000 for your rent and your mortgage, $1,500 for the car, on top of the money I just showed you can make in the comp plan. Like, this was really a no-brainer for me. And so when I seen this, I said, okay, great. My mentor said, Alfred, you in business for yourself, but you never by yourself. You're gonna get the training, the tools, but more importantly, bro, you're gonna get the support. You see, just think about the person that invited you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How much explaining have they been doing? If you can do what they did, you can build this business. Here's what I did. All I did was I got my people in front of the man that signed me up, my mentor. He was already successful. He knew the business. He explained, guess what they signed up under? Me. If you can get people on calls like this, let us do the work. Your people gonna sign up under you. And so I always tell people the secret to getting ahead is getting started. The journey of 1,000,000 miles begins with one step. And so I want to encourage everybody tonight. We just showed you a business model that costs less than the iPhone, that you can go out there and build a massive residual income by educating your community. Like, this is just a no-brainer for people to actually go out there and build another revenue, but more importantly, leave a lasting impact. See, we want to build legacies, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about breaking generational curses and doing it for our last name, not just our first. And you have the vehicle and the platform to do that. So again, if you want to come on this side with us on the business end and make that impact in the community, it's going to cost you $300. Yeah, $299, $89 a month. You refer those 5 people like I talked about earlier, that $89 fee gets waived. But if you're just interested in saying, hey, Alfred, listen, this sounds great. I just want to improve my credit. I just want to position myself to get that home ownership that you talked about. I just want to position myself to go out there and be able to, get me that vehicle that I want. Like, if that's you, you're going to come in at the 188. But why come in at 188 when you can come in at 299? You still going to get all of the benefits at the 188 level, but you can also generate revenue through a business model like this. So I hope you guys got value. What I want to do now, I'm not sure if the gentleman is still on the call. I want you to hear from a gentleman that's just crushing the business. Many of the leaders you heard on this call earlier are in his organization. And just got a tremendous respect for what this gentleman's been able to build. He's what you call a regional vice president. He got a heart of gold. He's helped so many people in this business, whether you on his team or not, achieve levels of success. And he just cleared on the game and knocking it out the park. Did top producing regional vice president, Mr. Jermaine Simon. Not sure if you're still on the call. Did you make it to the call tonight, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did. Thank you so much for calling me onto the call. I appreciate your leadership and everything that you do. I'm so grateful to, have you as a phone call away. This opportunity has changed my life. My credit score, ladies and gentlemen, was at a 473. It went from a 473 to a 706 in just 3 months of leveraging the services. I was able to spend more time with my daughter, and it just really changed my life. Being able to help people is really my passion. So definitely get back with the person that invited you on this call. I'm so excited for you guys just for coming to take a look, but definitely you want to get back with the person and reach out to them, let them know, hey, look, I'm ready to get started. We're going to lock arms. We're going to put you in the Millionaire Mindset group and have you around the right foundation. So that way you could build a long lasting business. So I want to give it back to you. Thank you so much for calling on me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I close out, I just want to address, I seen a young lady or somebody in the chat. They say this sounds like a pyramid scheme. And so I want to really address this live in front of everybody, including that person that said this. You know, that was my mindset, to be honest with you, when I first took a look at this. Put a 2 in the chat if you've seen businesses like this, right? Because I was one of those people. I seen businesses like this. That's why I thought it was a pyramid scheme. And so my mentor, he came to me, he said, let me ask you a question. What did you like best about everything? I said, man, I love the services. I love the business model. But this sounds like a pyramid scheme. He said, let me ask you a question. He asked me a question. And he said, how long have you been working? I said, I've been working for about 5 years. He said, okay, great. Let's get you started tonight. I said, I don't have the money. He said, so you mean to tell me you've been working for 5 years? He said, I'm assuming 40 hours a week, right? I said, yeah. So he did 40 hours a week times 52 weeks in a year, and then he times it by 5. And then he showed me a number that changed my life forever. He said, you mean to tell me that you don't even have the $300 to get involved, but you've been pouring in over 10,000 hours, going to somewhere else to build somebody else's dream? He said, to me, that sounds like that's a scam. You've been there for 5 years, 10,000 hours, and you don't even got $300 that you can grab? He said, no disrespect, but what you're doing for work isn't working. He said, in order for you to get to the next level, you got to swing the bat. He said, you worse than broke, you poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly. He said, if you don't have the money, that's just a circumstance, but your mindset is broke. Like you don't even give yourself a chance to win. And when he put it like that, I said, man, I never really thought about it that way. I just seen so many things out there and I just wanted to be, he said, bro, even if this was, we talking about $300, fam. I just showed you a business that's been around since 2004, that's debt-free, that's doing hundreds of millions of dollars and tens of thousands of success stories. And we talking about a scam. Come on, bro. Like you walked in the room, you seen the Rolls Royce out there. Like, what is we gonna scam you about? And so when he put it in perspective, I said, wow, I was around the wrong environment. I never really looked at it that way. And I ended up saying, I don't got nothing to lose. I invested that money. I locked on to his leadership. And now today we financially free. And now today we was able to be documented in this industry. See, you can go look these numbers up. This is not me just talking on a presentation. You can go to this website called Business for Home, and it documents everything in the network marketing industry. This industry is bigger than the NFL, the movie industry, but most people don't know about it, or they heard about it and they perceive what they think it is and don't even know the true facts. Just last year, 2020, they paid out $46 billion in commissions. This is what they paid out to people like you and I. Here go all of the top earners in the world of this industry. Good friend of mine, he's making $1.8 million. Not a year, this is what this man make a month. Young lady who I grew up with, she's making over $1 million a month. Like I've been fortunate to be on this list, the youngest person on the list sitting here at number 21. You can go look up this for yourself. And so for those of people that's out there that's looking to get to that next level and make that impact, you have a business model, you have a vehicle here that can really give people a chance to win. You can really give people a chance to swing the bat. So I really wanted to address that just so everybody is on the same page with our platform and going out there and winning, man. So with that being said, man, get back with the person that invited you. If you have a few questions, that's a lot of information. Maybe the services made sense. Maybe the compensation plan made sense. If you had a few questions, get with the person that invited you. They're going to connect you on the three-way with a mentor to get your questions answered, where you can actually get enrolled, and we'll welcome you here to help you get to that next level, man. Thank you guys for having me, and we'll see all of you guys at the top. Good night, everyone.